Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in for part 3 of the Monument Mythos watch along. And we are joined with Cast Iron Cat again. Huzzah!
2 days in a row.
Yep. Which actually, okay, crap, I forgot to put. Okay, hold on.
Holding. Hi. My mom's dog is just staring at me. He's like right up on my arm, staring at me dead in my face. I'm like, "Are you good, dude?"
Staring into your soul.
He is. With
What
that
do you
third
want
eye
with
I was
me?
telling you about. What is my purpose? You pass butter. Oh my god.
Okay. So, we are continuing with part 3 of Monument Mythos. It's been a while, but how getting back in, because last time, what was the last one we watched?
Oh,
I think it was that. Oh my gosh, Rockefeller Revelation, where we find out that President Rockefeller was putting like the crowns, whatever, the giant floating heads into zeppelins to make them fly.
oh, that's right. Yes.
And like for the Germans during World War One, and then they made like design a special like thing, laser or whatever, with Giza glass to like blow them up, which apparently like killed a bunch of soldiers, which then the said soldiers like came back in form of energy and like took out Rockefeller while he's hiding out in his bunker.
Yeah, it was. And then because we also found out about like how Giza glass, you can like cut people's arms and shit off, but they
Yeah.
still can use them. And like, if you cut their head off, they still seem to live, especially, and they seem to grow unless you got vinegar.
Yeah. Or it like slows down the process,
Yeah.
but they eventually like start to get big and all that stuff. It's this series is wild, yo.
It is. Everything I've heard of it is like, it's a terrifying analog horror series. And it's got its scary moments. And then
Yeah.
other times it's like, George Washington was fished out of the Delaware River, and the floating heads of the Grand Canyon are
Yeah.
being turned into blimps.
Yeah. Other times
What?
just peak comedy.
Yeah.
Like still flashback
President Dean and his bongos.
Yes. I still like flash out of like the one where I made a clip of it, but of the like, it's like where it does like the full on, like from the first of the Liberty Lurker. It's like, do you or a family member has like disappeared during the years of thing, and it's like the full on, like, do you or a loved one, and then it's like then call.
Do you or a loved one suffer from mesothelioma?
Yes, it goes on full like that, but so this next one on there is, oh, and also it did seem like that the soldier like compound entity might have been like the Air Force One Angel or whatever that was like
Oh,
used
yes.
that flew around with Air Force One.
Yeah,
So,
the statue that was with the man's eyes, that was the one that could also, like, the one that was on top of
yeah,
it would kind of be, yeah, the same one, the one that was on top of like the Capitol building.
Yeah, that was the Capitol building, but then there was like something that like piloted. We knew there was something unidentified that piloted the Air Force One airplane like to different cities and like apparently dropped some stuff, but they never like said who the pilot was. But it's like they showed like the photo at the end where it was like, because initially you're like, where's the person? But then later on, when you start seeing like the photos of like this soldier entity thing, like stalking Rockefeller, it's always like in one like kind of shadowy, like murky looking humanoid form. So then when you went
Right.
back to the photo, you're like, oh crap, it was there the whole time.
Right.
Um,
Also, I will be right back. I have wireless headphones, so I'll hear you, but my sushi is here.
okay. Cash Arm was door dashing sushi.
Yep.
He's gonna get that gas station sushi delivered to him. Super yummy. But yeah, so next one we have up is one entitled I hear Doge. There's the Doge. Will be Washington Wonderland. Yes. Which, if I remember right, I think goes back to that I think maybe like that Virginia girl that was like disappeared with like the Christmas tree thingy. I think. So
I'm back, by the way.
okay.
I
You
felt bad as soon as I like unlocked the door. The dogs started barking, and I know they're right next to the microphone.
oh
I was like, "Oops."
it's fine, it's fine. They didn't hear that much.
Oh, good.
I heard dog, but I didn't hear it wasn't like super loud, so you're good.
Also, my mom's dog. I just took him out before we started this stream, and when I went up to go get the sushi, there was a nice little turd laying in the center of the kitchen.
Oh,
I was like, "Dude, come on!"
yep. Yep. Gotta love
Little
when dogs
dogs,
do
dude.
that. Oh yeah. Freaking little dogs. Uh I'm having to watch two this weekend, so I feel your pain.
Like, I understand.
Yeah. Um but yeah, so we're gonna start off but first how are you feeling now that you have your gas station sushi? How are you feeling
Uh,
about ready to watching this next one?
well, I haven't eaten the gas station sushi yet, so I'm still alive. But it is better than gas station sushi, I swear. But I'm excited to get into this. I'm excited to see what President Dean will play his bongos out of this time.
Yep. He's gonna play Stairway to Heaven on bongos.
It's like we didn't even know this was possible.
Okay, so Washington Wonderland. After an unsuccessful lobotomy,
You know
Virginia.
I can't see, right?
Oh,
I was like, wait, you haven't shared the screen. Hold on.
I'm a dumbass. Sorry, hold on.
It's fine. I am also a dumbass. This is why we make good friends.
Morph together, we become still kind of a dumbass.
They make the neo dumbass.
Okay. Okay. After an unsuccessful lobotomy, Virginia Fate Arnoldson provided a more complete account of the Rockefeller Tree tragedy. This is her account. Which that was a flashbang unsuccessful lobotomy.
Yeah, I feel like I got flashbanged by words.
Yeah. Lobotomy, what? Go, starting off strong.
Off to a wonderful start.
Yeah. Hold on. The audio's not picking up. For the folks at home. Okay, now I think it should.
And everything switched. Even my parents, my new ones, did not like me, so they left me. My foster parents did not like me either. So, I was left at an orphanage. Some of my friends were better off, but many were left at the orphanage too. We loved each other. We stuck together until we were 18. Then we were separated. The military took the boys, and the doctors took the girls. They probably do not remember the tree anymore. Soon, I will not remember either. But I hope you will remember. Remember for me. When the tree changed me, I was not scared. At first, I did not know what was wrong with me. When my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of special trees. I was reminded of a story my ma told me.
These are not happy little trees, I don't think.
No. I don't think Bob Ross would call these happy little trees.
Alice in Wonderland. This is my Wonderland. I held myself close and looked up. The trees looked like they ended, but above them there were upside-down trees, and above those there were upright trees, like they were being reflected forever. The pattern repeated for as far as I could see. I looked down, and I thought I was on solid ground, but when I looked more closely, I was sitting on a thin, floating layer of dust. It smelled like baby powder.
Oh, remember the baby powder? That was like the smell that they said was the Mount Rushmore smelled like when
Oh
all
my
the
God,
stuff
that's
showed
right.
in.
Yeah. When all the, I'm pretty sure that was the trees too that popped out of there.
Yeah, like the spiky
Interesting.
things went blah.
Mm-hmm.
And through the dust, I could see the start of another tree. And below that one, there was another and another, an infinity of trees.
Instead of turtles all the way, it's trees all the way down.
While I played with the dust, I heard distant footsteps. They grew louder and louder. Then there were bright flashes of light all around me. Out from these lights, hundreds of people ran out. One man came up to me and whispered, "The trees are not the trees." He had such sad, tired eyes. As he picked me up and put me on his shoulders, he said, "You could be her. Anyone could be her. I promise I will not leave you." There was a bright flash, and we were in another field. He was sitting in front of me with his hand out. Another flash, and we were both running past through the woods. Another flash, and we were both lying on the ground, looking at infinity. Every few seconds there was a flash, and we would be doing something else. Again, and again, and again. Over and over and over. It would not stop. It felt like forever.
Ugh, dead gum.
Years of flashes. I was so angry at first. But soon I had those sad, tired eyes of his too. We were so sad and tired. Every now
That's
and
a
then we
mood.
would flash to another layer of dust. Above or below, who knows? But we would always see the climbers. I think there were people who tried to climb the trees while they were flashed around. They were stretched and burnt.
Hey, welcome in, Spartan
Maybe the
Taco.
dust was the people that fell. The man was always with me. He kept me safe.
Ooh, that's such a creepy thought. Of like the dust is just like people that have tried to like escape.
Oh,
Basically, like ashes. Ugh.
yeah.
the whole time. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years. I named him Everett. He was always there. He never left me. Everett was my best friend. Then on one random day, no time, one random time, all the trees bent, and a flash brought me back to New York. All my friends were around me, but this was another New York. I did something wrong, and I lost Everett. I ruined everything. I should have stayed home that night. Why did I not
So
stay
this was
home?
between like this was between her, like, they made the ladder for some reason out of
Yeah,
themselves, and then this she basically this was in between that time.
yeah. Where it seemed like hundreds of
She was
years,
just stuck.
it's just like stuck, and then boom, just
Holy,
another.
I lost everything.
So it honestly kind of seems like her like for a long time or whatever, like her mind just like repressed the memory of
Everest
that
and
yeah,
Everest or Everett.
Everett, and then that
Oh, okay.
that whole time.
For me and my friends, I ruined their lives. I will not tell you about the orphanage. It was a hard time. I will keep memories of the orphanage to myself. They do not matter to you. When I was 18, I left the orphanage. I looked for my new parents. They were not together anymore. My new pa died from a broken heart, and my new ma lived all by herself. She did not let anyone into her house anymore, all because of me. I wanted my old parents back. I went to the Rockefeller Center for an answer. The tree stood at the top of the plaza, above everyone else. I was never supposed to visit again, but I did, and I spoke to her. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But soon, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I did. I waited 1,095 days. I returned 3 years later. At first, I could not understand her. Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes.
It's such a weird like sensation to describe. A breeze
Yeah, I
behind
was
your
thinking that
eyes.
too. A breeze behind your eyes. Especially when like talking about like this is how it spoke to her. That just feels like such an unsettling feeling.
Yeah. I guess it's sort of like trying to describe it of something like inside your head, like a voice like
Yeah.
speaking inside your head, but not just like
Yeah.
trying to do the cliche of it was like she spoke inside my head.
In my mind, I could hear her. Where?
My
The
brain
cold breeze behind my eyes.
Yeah, so it's saying the breeze like spoke like a breeze behind my eyes. It really kind of like it thinking about it does give you like a weird sensation because you like try to pick it. So
Yeah.
it's very, very good writing on their part.
Are you one of those people when somebody kind of describes something or like where on the body it's happening, you kind of like get that like phantom sensation kind of there?
Yeah, it depends, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely didn't help yesterday, but
Yeah.
that is something that like every now and then like I'll be reading and listening to something and it's just like that like a weird sensation of like there'll be like something happened to his back and then he just it's like, "Ugh, now my back feels weird."
Yeah, it was more of like yesterday it was because it was like so ridiculous and over the top that it like took out my ability to like really kind of like do that, thankfully. But
Mhm.
like when I've been like doing like the readings of like Dracula, um like, cuz they talk about blood and like veins and mark whatever like stuff like that. It
Yeah.
it gives me the willies while I'm reading it just cuz of it's like yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Cold, and I could not move. But eventually I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York.
Isn't this the exact same
She
thing?
said, come back in 3 years. And I
Yeah.
did. I waited 1,095 days. I returned.
Did it repeat itself or
No, she's repeating because
yeah, she repeated.
she's saying the same thing, but enunciating things differently. Like before, she was like 1,095 days. Now she's like 1,095 days. It's like she's saying the exact same thing, but she's repeating,
Yeah. Okay,
what's
because she kind of there was a little bit repeating, like with the orphanage and stuff, I think, at the beginning.
was there?
I think it's, um, I think, because there would be two Virginias. There would be the Dean verse one and then the Nixon
Mm-hmm.
verse one. So I think we're getting, um, so it's repeating, like, to, like, reiterate that there's two Virginias that are both, like, trying to, like, switch,
Oh,
that want to go do the switchy
back.
back.
Yeah.
3 years later. At first, I could not understand her.
Which that makes me have a movie idea. Back to the Dean verse.
Back to the
Part
Dean
where
verse.
Marty,
she,
we gotta go back
she
to the
she
Dean
takes off
verse.
and she takes off in the DeLorean, and then you get that like the fire trail, and then when it shows up back in the Deanverse, the DeLorean makes a sudden stop. There's the fire behind it, and then right in front, like literally like a foot in front of the car, is just Dean playing the boncos. Welcome back to the Deanverse.
Shit. When the beats hit 88, when it hits 88 beats per minute, you're gonna see some serious shit. Dun,
That's not even
dun,
that
dun,
fast.
dun, dun, dun,
When
dun,
you hit
dun.
88 beats a minute, and it's just. It's like, Doc, I thought that would need to be faster. Nope, 88 beats per minute.
I didn't make the rules. I didn't make the rules, Marty.
Her voice was like a breeze behind my eyes. It was cold, and I could not move. But eventually, I could understand. She said that I had to be ready to exchange one life for my own. She understood that I wanted to go back home, to my New York. She said, come back in 3 years. And I did. I waited.
Okay, and oh crap, I think I remember what happens. It's not good.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, I feel like the fact that, keep in mind, he said, I have to be pretty to exchange one life for my own. There's no way
Yeah.
that type of thing. Anyone says that, you're just like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Watch Full Metal Alchemist and learn why it's not a good idea.
Or a crap ton of other media that, like, have the thing. You've got to be
Or
prepared to.
literally anything else.
1,095 days. While I waited, I met a man. He was a very important man, a secret agent. He followed me everywhere. One day, I found him waiting inside my house. He told me that he was here to monitor me. No, to watch and protect me. But he had fallen in love with me. No one else liked me. So we took each other. We grew close. Leonard loved me. I loved him too. Together, we had a baby boy. I named him Everett. Little Everett was inside for 9 months when I saw the tree again. She put directions in my head. I followed those directions.
Oh.
I walked for 4 days. I had to.
It's clicking in your head, isn't it?
Yeah, it hit that moment where I was like, aw. Aw.
Oh,
Oh.
oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I wanted to go home so badly. But I became so happy when I could hear the music. It was like the tree's voice, but warm. The Washington Monument looked much bigger in person. Its door went up high, like it was for something much bigger.
Oh, no.
Then I went inside. There were bodies everywhere. The breeze told me to relax. I went on the elevator. It went up. All the way up. It stopped at the top, and the music blared. It was
I also
so
just
loud,
remembered
I
how the
could not
mechanism
move.
for this works.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, they have the mechanism inside the Washington Monument
Yep.
in the elevator.
Yep.
Oh, no.
The floor opened, and I fell all the way down. I felt myself hit the ground. Then I kept drifting down, past the ground, past rock, sand, and magma, through the layers of earth. It must have been years. It felt like 500 years. When I reached the other side, and I felt myself rising through all the layers of earth, past the magma, sand, and rock, past the ground, back into a body, another body, almost the same body, and flattened like a little red pancake. But I felt so empty. My belly had sunk. Little Everett was not with me anymore. Many others laid around me, broken like me, almost alive and completely still. But little Everett was nowhere. While everyone else exchanged for their own lives themselves, I must have exchanged little Everett for mine. I cried. I cried for years. We all bled into the ground for years. Why did the tree keep us alive? Did they like pain? Did they drink our blood? Was there any reason for any of it? I lost little Everett. He had no say. He did not even say his first word. I ruined his life from the start. Maybe he lives in Wonderland. I hope he lives in Wonderland. One day, one random day, the music grew, and there was the brightest flash. We found ourselves outside, at the base of the tower. The tree had been freed, and we were in a field of trees. Wonderland had risen, but little Everett was still missing. We were all lifted out in helicopters. I was at the hospital faster than ever before. They told me it was 2003. They told me everything I knew was wrong.
I'm immediately thinking of the Weird Al song. Everything is wrong. Dagnabbit.
There's a Weird Al, like everything is wrong.
Yeah. Everything you know is wrong. It's like an original like song. It's not a parody. It's just like,
I was gonna say I don't think I've heard that parody.
yeah. No, it's just everything you know is wrong. Song. Thing
thought
that you
for a
thought
minute
was
that it
so
was,
important doesn't matter, 'cause everything you know is wrong. To forget
I
the
love Weird
words
Al.
and sing along. You need to understand is everything you know is wrong.
Did you ever watch his the biopic, the Weird and Al Yankovic story?
Oh no, I don't think I know I have it, unfortunately.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's really good.
They told me everyone I knew was dead. And now they plan to fix me. I'm sorry, Pa. I'm sorry, Ma. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry, Leonard. I'm so Everett. Please remember me. Please, please remember me.
After a second lobotomy, Virginia never spoke again.
Well, I'm depressed now.
Later in her life, she produced a series of paintings titled The Right Life. Ma, Pa, and I. My friends and I. Leonard and I. Everett and I. Together. Virginia passed away in 1980 at the age of 59.
Huh?
Her son Everett is believed to be her son Everett is believed to be the 20th Washington absentee. Yeah,
What
that
about the
threw
whole
me.
2003 thing?
Yeah,
That's confusing.
yeah. I'm wondering if maybe that's like one version of Virginia died in 1980, and then the other was in 2003. So like
Maybe. Because what I thought was happening was obviously she got transported as a kid. They talked about that.
mhm.
And then she went through her whole life. And I feel like she did the thing at the Washington Monument and she was hoping it would transport her back to the world that she
Mhm.
was at. But I thought it transported her to like a third world.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking one version's like, because I'm thinking what's happening is because keep in mind, so there's the one version of no wait, I'm trying to do the math on this. Because the Rockefeller tree event I'm trying to think if because I'm guessing like both Virginias would have done the same thing, but it's seeming like only one was pregnant with Everett. So there was like no life to
Mm-hmm.
do the switch with.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one just died and that's like they're referring it to like the 1980. I'm wondering if that's it. Either that or it's that let's
May
or if that's like her official date of death, but not really. I'm not
yeah.
sure. But that's the end of that one. Because then it goes right into the. But
A film, yeah.
yeah, could go in mind like what the Wonderland Everett said. Like she's been through a horrible on leave. Go back, then old timey doctors just fried her brain. Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So, cause let's see. Okay, as we
Do you
think.
think they're the same Everett?
You could be
Yeah,
her.
I just realized that.
yeah.
Like,
It's like
me.
that's the Wolf Everett. It's like you said, you could be her. Anyone could be her. I promise I will not leave you. Cause time seems to like work different than like
Yeah.
in the quote Wonderland.
In the Wonderland,
Because
yeah.
you could be doing one thing 1 second and then it flashes you in. So
Or like in this one, she, as a kid, she was there for like hundreds of years, but in actuality, the Rockefeller event was like a couple seconds.
yeah, so it kind of like the time that it went like that it occurred like in either both from watching like whether you're watching from the Dean verse or the Nixon verse, all the events would happen like pretty much like instantaneously. But for them, they went through Wonderland. So for them, it was like just who knows how long, just the experience until they came
Mm-hmm.
out on the other side, that it like decided to flash them out because it was like you would be one doing one thing and then it would flash you and then you would be doing something else. So those little things were probably not sequential. They probably just
Yeah.
happen. So it's why when she find Everett's when she finds Everett, he's an adult and she's the child as opposed to so it's not
The other way around. Yeah.
yeah. So thus the line you could be her, anyone could be her.
Yeah.
Cuz he's like he doesn't know so the her he's referring to is his mother. So he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know who could be so he just, I'll just stick with this like child or whatever. So she's not doesn't
Yeah.
have to be alone. It could be her, it could not. I don't know. Maybe it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So yeah. Okay, the next one. Let's go through the comments. Let's see. Why is no one talking about how Virginia's son is named after Hugh Everett, a real-life physicist who developed the quantum theory of many worlds? Such great attention to details. Ooh, that's interesting.
Because I'm too dumb to know.
Yeah, that everyone's basically like, this is very sad.
He's like, wow, I came here to get scared, and this is just depressing.
And then there's one comment, unsuccessful lobotomy. Does that mean mid-scoop they went like, hey, yo, nah, put it back?
Yeah, I do wonder how you unsuccessful a lobotomy.
I think that's when you jab the ice pick a little bit too far in. Oh, they did.
Yeah, right.
Oops,
It's
went
like,
that too far.
Well, bring in the next one. No, I don't need to wash the ice pick. Why would I need to do that?
Okay, next one is Air Force One Angel.
Fallen angel.
Or yeah, I lost my reading skills after last night.
That's fine. I don't have them.
Simulation of Strike, property of Maze. Oh, there's Maze again.
I forgot about the new Apple maze.
Yep. After making various stops across the unit sites, Air Force One flew into restricted airspace of Washington, D.C.
What is restricted to Air Force One?
An experience evaluation, the United States Air Force took action. Calm music, you know something effed up's about to happen. Mission.
What the? I was about to make a comment, and now I'm looking at this map. What is happening to this map? Oh, I see. Yeah, we saw it blow up.
Yep.
What is this map?
So, I think that southwest part, I think that's referring to the Alcatraz zone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the mid and then on the right, though.
Yeah, because it doesn't line up with states.
Legally known as the United Zones of America. Ooh.
Oh, look up at Maine.
Yep.
Also,
Zones.
you nailed that one.
Yep.
Look up at Maine, though, because Maine doesn't do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that. That's a good catch. Rushmore Zone.
Oh.
Washington Zone.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like referring to each of these, like, monuments.
Yeah.
The 3 zone capitals. Awaste, Ahasapa, Naka, Ex Tribus Unum,
So
Main Plus.
that. So, what's interesting about that is, so what's already interesting about this, I don't know if I don't remember, this is the Dean verse or exactly which area, like which part of the world this is, but like this, I've noticed that because we have the property of Maze, which is supposed to be like a knockoff Apple, and now a lot of these like capitals are more native sounding cities.
Mm.
It kind of, it's kind of like, oh, is this more of like a non-Europeanized United States? Because if so, that'd be cool to see.
Mm. I don't know. I think it's maybe referring to, like, I don't know, maybe the names of where the monuments, like, maybe referred to, like, natively,
Okay.
and that's what it's referring to.
It said these were the capitals of each zone.
Yeah.
So that would, I would think, imply like city names.
Mm. Okay. So there's, okay, and I did do, so Ex Tribus Unum, so of course there's the one that appears on, like, the seal of the United States is, or is the traditional model of the United States is E pluribus unum, out of many one. However, this one is Ex Tribus Unum, which is 1 out of 3. So referring to the 3 zones. Thanks, for... I feel smart now. Thank you for translating for me.
That scared me, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Al Gore! No!
Yeah. Al Gore is America's a shell for the true liberty.
Oh,
yeah.
no!
Because I guess it's referring to, like... So I guess in the Dean verse, it's like Al Gore won the election in 2000.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, no. Didn't Al Gore kill, or not kill, he might have killed that guy.
Didn't Al Gore what?
Didn't Al Gore, like, quote unquote, accidentally shoot someone?
I think you're thinking of, like, Dick Cheney.
I might be.
Where it's, like, shot someone hunting or whatever.
Yeah,
That-
I think it,
Yeah, that was
Al
Dick...
Gore, Al Gore still isn't the best, but okay.
Yeah,
Never mind.
that was Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney, like, accidentally shot a guy while hunting, and the guy he shot, like, apologized, I think. If I'm remembering stuff right. It was freaking wild.
Too, because he probably stood over him going, "You better not do this again."
It's like, I'm sorry I got in the way of your bullet, sir.
Also, by the way, it took me too long to realize that's an egg. I thought that was the moon.
Oh.
I straight up thought that was like the moon or something, and I'm like, that's an egg. Because it's a shell.
It's time for the underground god to leave. He does not belong here. But the world egg cannot hatch without force. We must fracture
I feel like I just did what you did with the I feel like I just did what you just did with the translation.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's an egg, but the world egg cannot hatch. Oh, well, now I feel smart.
No worry, you're doing excellent. We must fracture the zones ourselves. We must split the earth open. Once it leaves, there will be peace and a state for each and every person. No more zones, but the cracks will be the true borders. 1,000 states of America are 1,000 states of peace. We are no longer the Anti-Device Association. We are the advocates for the division of America. How will we divide the land? With our fallen angel, of course. Who would have thought that he would land on the tomb of the unknown soldier? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Whatever was in the Air Force One landed on the tomb of the unknowns.
That's rough, buddy. Also, we will make this. We will divide this land into the 1,000 states of America. Can we settle on 50, please? And maybe a territory. God,
No.
1,000 states. Like, I can't even imagine like 100. Like, if we just divided each state in half and we were the 100, like that just sounds horrifying. It sounds like a governmental nightmare.
We found him before anyone else, burnt and broken from the blast. After we fix him, he will be a walking atom bomb. He will evict the Horned Serpent the same way he evicted the traitor, President Rockefeller, from reality. Yup, yep, so it's the
Air Force One angel, because
Yeah.
that's who killed Rockefeller, right?
Yeah.
And a bunch of people.
Yep. they're doing the we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Whee!
Better, stronger,
Faster.
faster. What is that from?
The Bionic Man.
Okay, because the first time I ever heard it was in a metal song,
Yeah.
because it was, and I was like, oh hey, this goes hard. And then like I saw a bunch of other people quoting it, and I'm like, okay, they're not quoting Static X. So what are they quoting?
Oh no, wait. It was the $6 Million Man. There was a show called
Oh,
The
okay.
Bionic Woman, which was basically like the same thing. Or was it a $1 Million Man?
Isn't that the one where they found the dead body on set? Have you heard this story?
Oh no, it was the $6 Million Man was the show.
Okay. I still think that that's where they found that dead body.
Oh
So,
yeah, where they found the dead body
just
that
got
was
passed around from like person to person, and until it ended up on an episode.
the
And
guy
the
that died in
stagehand was like,
in 1890 with So for
Yeah.
audience, there was like an Old West bandito that
mm-hmm.
was like executed, and then like but no, like no one claimed the body, so
No,
the,
he wasn't
like-
executed. I think he accidentally. I think he accidentally. Either he. I don't think he was executed, but I know he died doing a crime. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Okay, so we are either like a crime or I don't executed. We're not. I'm not remember right. He may have died
Mhm.
during a crime, but anyway, the Undertaker got the body and he was like, I know what I'll do. I'll just keep the body, stuff them, and then like charge people to go see it, because it's the end of the 19th century, so we still need some entertainment.
What
Ra-
a kid's gonna do?
ra-
Not look at a dead body?
Radio's not here yet. The radio's not even here yet. We need something to see. So he did that for a while. That I think someone
A couple of guys
like
came up to him and they were like, "Hey, we're sorry that it took us so long to get here, but we're here to collect the body of our family member."
okay, yeah, and it was like a con job, so they took it, but really they were just like some guys that were like, hey, the body's ours now, we're gonna sell it and stuff. Then a traveling
I think
carnival
it
got
was a
it.
traveling. Yep, that's it. The
Carnival
traveling
got it.
carnival.
Then eventually, like the carnival stopped traveling, so it got put into storage, and then like mid 20th century, a haunted house thought it was just another decoration, so they put it in.
I was gonna say, because they just put this dead body in storage with like mannequins and like other like props
Yeah,
and stuff. So when everybody discovered it later, it was just lying it was just this mummified man
yeah.
lying a bunch of props, and they're like, damn, that's a really realistic looking dummy. Okay.
Yeah, so it was during the filming of an episode of the $6 Million Man that they were doing at this haunted house. One of like the technicians actually like bumped it over or knocked it or something like, and then like an arm or something fell off. And then they took a look around of like, wait a minute. Dummies don't have realistic
Don't have
tissue and
tendons
stuff like
and-
that.
Yeah.
Then they were all like, oh no. So,
Uh-oh.
yep. So it was literally like 80 years or something like that. This dude was like his body was getting passed around like a bad penny. And half the time people like had totally forgot.
That he was a dead body and
Yep.
just thought he was some prop.
Yep. Okay. We actually got to do an ad break. So
All
we're
right.
going to do that and then we'll be right back, everyone.
All right, I get to finish my gas station sushi.
Yep. So we're right back. I have words on stream. All right, we're back. We're back with Air Force One, Fallen Angel. And yeah, once it was, and we noticed there was the organization that was it was referred to the Anti-Device Association that was talking about this, which we're pretty sure is like was also formerly the Anti-Dean Association.
Mm-hmm. It's anything that starts with the letter D.
Yeah. Advocates for the division of America.
Also, I thought about this, but I didn't say it earlier.
Mhm.
But you know what the spinning egg in the background reminds me of?
What?
Have you seen those like really stupid live streams on TikTok where they got like a needle on each side of an egg? It's like if you give roses, the one on the left like activates. If you give planets, the one on the right activates. And the whole point is the live stream chat has to give them enough money to break the egg and have the like bottom part of the shell fall out.
Oh yeah, of some sort of like knock the thing over. I made the mistake
I
of like watching something along those lines for a while, and I was like, "This is so dumb." And then I was
I
like,
know.
"This is one of those things that it's like eventually they go because eventually the one that mainly is gonna hit is like so small that
Mhm.
for a while it starts to lose, but then as more and more areas get hit, the likelihood of it once again actually hitting like a
That
solid
one
thing
spot. Yeah.
becomes like lower and lower. And a
Yeah,
lot,
because the inside of an egg is a membrane that keeps a lot of it together. That's why you can crack an egg and nothing really leaks out because there's still that like inner membrane.
yeah. So I was watching one where it was more like bag of fish food over like some fish, but
Oh, I've seen those ones too. But kind of the same thing because eventually the point gets so small and those are in like plastic bags, which are, you know, malleable. So
yeah,
the needle just kind of like goes around it.
yeah, it
I've
just
seen
moves the
those.
thing.
Yeah. I've seen those too. And yeah, you just kind of like, they're always almost there. I've never seen one of those where like it starts with a fresh bag or a
Yeah,
fresh egg or anything. It's almost like it's always like almost there.
yeah,
And then it's like 2 hours of people sending them gifts. And then they don't even like show the break or anything. Then they just end it.
yeah.
It's like,
It's
it's
just
like, dang.
it just blue balls the chat. That's all it is.
It does. And they make more money than we ever will.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll sit down and be like talking to people. I'm like, being a content creator is so difficult, man. Like it's hard business. And then I see things like that and I'm like, oh, who am I kidding?
What do we think? Would that make a pretty cool tattoo? Or yes or nay?
No,
Of like just well, no, just like the serpent around the egg.
definitely. Yeah, I don't just, I don't know why eggs don't seem like a cool tattoo idea to me.
Mm.
It's like, I don't think this is the coolest way that you could do a serpent.
Okay, but hold on. You say eggs wouldn't make a good tattoo, but what if it was a tattoo of a hot lady and she holds two large eggs in front of her chest?
Well, you see, that's different because the focus is the hot lady, not the egg.
Well, no, you're very much going to be looking at where the eggs are placed, and
Well,
just because
yeah.
they're covering. So
That is literally the whole reason that pinup tattoos became popular. Fun fact. Fun fact, pinup tattoos are basically, you know, sailors would get them tattooed
Yep.
in their arms and would just go, oh, yeah, I'm jerking off now. Looking at their arm. It's, oh, yeah.
people will think it's a sex thing. Oh, of like the egg, the snake around the egg. Yeah, I could see
Oh,
that.
yeah, no. They're like, why'd you get like a yoni egg tattooed on your arm? And it's like, all right, I hate this now. so I have a tattoo that I got done. Um, and like somebody pointed one thing out about it, and I've immediately been like, oh no, now I kind of regret that because I have a family tattoo on my right hand
Mm-hmm.
that is a P, and it is a symbol like that my family uses on the cattle ranch down in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
It's for my mom's last name, which I will not say on stream.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got the tattoo, and I was 17 when I got the tattoo. I was like, yeah, it's my first tattoo. You know, it's a family tattoo. It means a lot to me. And it's this P, and everybody would look at the P on my arm, and one person then pointed out, they're like, doesn't your name start with a P? Isn't it kind of like egotistical to get your name like like the start of your name tattooed on your arm? And I'm like, yeah, I forgot that my IRL name starts with a P. And now to forever remind me of that is a tattoo on my wrist. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that one very hard.
I don't have tats. I feel like something will go wrong.
Like that. And then I got more tattoos, and I need to I have two more, both of them very close together on the exact same arm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have that P on my wrist. The back of my hand is the Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
With tattle. I had to remember for a second. And then my my forearm is a like rock and roll tattoo piece filled with a bunch of like early 2000s rock references that I really like.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Which does not help the divorced dad rock allegations. When I have Foo Fighters, Shine Down, and Stone Sour tattooed on my arm, I don't think I'll ever defeat the divorced dad allegations with this tattoo, but I love it.
Ba-da-bum-ba-dum-bum.
I was talking with somebody, my friend Rini, the other day, and we were talking about like what each other's like live streams and contents are,
Mm-hmm.
because she's a lot more like a comfy streamer,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking like comfy streamers, chaotic streamers, and you know, she loves D&D and fantasy stuff. I'm like, you're like a comfy like D&D streamer. And so we were talking about that, and I was like, what do you think about my content? And she went, honestly, I just associate you with divorced dad rock. Anything else? I was like, no. I was like, I've done a lot of things, none of them related to divorced dad rock, but okay. I'm just the divorced dad, I guess. Which is really funny when I remember that like most of the people who follow me and are like in my Discord and part of my community,
Mhm.
they're all older than me. And somehow I end up as their divorced dad.
Although, you know, that makes me think that, you know, if you ever decided to, like, I don't know, start doing, like, Fansly content or something like that, you could have, like, as your name, like, the Divorced Daddy.
The divorced daddy. I'm sure that's already taken.
Yeah, it probably
There
is.
there was a video I saw a while ago talking about like male thirst traps on TikTok. It was by Papa Meat. It wasn't
Mhm.
anything weird, I swear.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And they did
I
talk
know the
about
one you're talking about.
yeah, they talked about the one guy who like he posts videos of him like sexily staring at the camera and like walking in slow motion, and then it's like, Carol took the kids from me, I miss my wife, here are the top 10 things I miss about being married.
This might be why she divorced you.
Yeah. He's like, you know, maybe if you stopped focusing on TikTok so much and was a regular dad, you wouldn't be a divorced dad. I say also being divorced as if my opinion is like, yes, I'm holier than thou. Nope, I'm the same position. I got divorced and now I'm an anime cat on the internet. This is what divorce does to a man in 2025, I guess. It's pretty funny though.
You either start posting thirst traps on TikTok or become a cat boy.
Yep. Either way, you listen to Creed. You gotta. It's just a rite of passage. I do love Creed.
We're home, Pahu, pa. Oh no, the sunrise.
Should have been dead on a Sunday morning, banging my head.
I'd really try to
You know
do
what's
that,
real-
but if I try to do that too much, I start to like cough. Or I do the
You want to know what
Jarl.
the best part is? You know, you know who got me into that kind of music?
What?
My own divorced father. Because my dad is the very stereotypical divorced dad. I remember my dad. Remember when like cars had like CD holders in your like mirror,
Mm-hmm.
like right above your head?
Oh yeah.
All of his were filled with Nickelback. He had every Nickelback CD in one of those holders, and he just like shuffled through them. You know, just like you listen to Rockstar, and he's like, take it out, put the other one in, and now we're listening to Somehow. I end up taking a lot of inspiration from my father and my divorce, I guess.
Mm.
Also, I feel like I should be checking chat. Usually, when I talk about being divorced in other people's streams, they're just like, "What?" It happens all the time. I jokingly talk about how I drop dad lore on stream. I'll just randomly like say a thing that happened in my life, and everyone's just like, "What?" Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about that. Oh, I just kicked my table.
Pop Tart, I don't do relationships.
Understandable.
I was trying to think
Not
of a
everybody
boat
does.
joke, but while I was chewing on popcorn, but I couldn't think of one.
A
My
boat
apologies.
joke?
A boat joke, because relationship.
Oh.
You're just-
But
yeah. Like there's something there, but I can't think of it. You know, it's like when you're
The
like
joke
hear a
is-
joke.
yeah, it's like the joke is there. I just can't see it, I guess. I do that. I've done that a few times. It's like I want to make a joke here, but it's not there.
I'd like. Let's see. I've been told that I would be an amazing parent in the future, but I will definitely be divorced like Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, I've had people tell me like way back when that I would be a good dad, and I just kind of sat there and I was like, no. No. No.
Don't put that curse on me.
Oh yeah, especially back then when they were telling me that it's like, hey, don't put that curse on me.
Let's see. I don't know. It's safer. Yeah, I don't know what's safer as you have someone. I'm just not the kind of person to do long term. It says, and then Fisherman was like, is that a compliment or a prediction? Why would you tell me this? Yeah. The first thought is be like, if someone tells us, I think you would be an amazing parent at some point. Then it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's nice. I don't plan on it, But then you definitely be divorced though. What?
Yeah, right.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Why did you have the second part there? Why would you add that?
Why? In what circumstance? Is it my fault? What are you planning here?
Okay. Back to the symbol that's maybe a sex thing. We're not sure.
Oh, most definitely.
The unification in 1980 was short-lived as state borders were restored by the end of the decade. However, due to the extent of the unification in 2003, state borders are not expected to be restored within the century. Okay.
What? Something's up with the borders?
So, state borders, like, okay, so apparently it went into the zones of America instead of states of America, like, during like 1980. That
Okay.
seems to be the thing. But then skateboards started to come back. However, and then it seemed to happen again in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
The ADA refused to recognize the 3 zones in their capitals. Okay, because they want it to be like back in states or even more than the 50 states.
Okay. What the hell is that?
The Fallen Angel and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, 2003. Photography by ADA, property of Maze.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the okay. Yeah, that's the energy thing that took out, and that's where he landed when they shot the
Mm-hmm.
plane down. Also, someone in my neighborhood is doing the I'm doing the American city of guess that sound, which is like firework or gunshot.
Fireworks. They have an echo.
Yeah, it would have had
Go-
more of a like or or maybe like I guess potentially a car, because it had much more of
Mm.
a pop or a loud boom sound.
Oh, someone's what's it called? My car knowledge is not up to par anymore. The somebody's pipe burst or something.
Maybe, yeah, something like involving like a machine or a firework. It'd be a weird day
Yeah,
to do
because
fireworks, though. It's the thing.
depending on where you live in America, there's never not a day like not no a day without fireworks. Because like
This is true.
I know some places up here in the Midwest, it's literally like it's 4th of July, fireworks. It's Sunday, fireworks. It's Tuesday and we're at a bar, fireworks.
Yeah. Well, it's Saturday night, and like the storms have moved past, so it's
Mm-hmm.
only partly cloudy. And someone was like, "We could do a firework now." Boom. It's April, fireworks. Exactly. Yeah. If it was a gunshot, it would have been more like a sequential pop, 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 pop. So
You just shut the window and you're like, all right, well, done dealing with that. I used to live in an area like
yeah,
that. Heard gunshots and it's like, and I'm closing my windows. Not that that's gonna do anything, but now I don't hear it
yeah.
as well. Fair,
Me,
mine weren't like gang gunshots. Mine were because I lived in like a very rural area and people were just, were out hunting all the time.
yeah. Or people, that and people doing stupid stuff like
Oh
let's fire
yeah,
a gun for firing gun purposes.
I mean, yeah. I'm just sitting there thinking back to all the times I did that. Like, yeah, there was that too.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. But also we got Maze mentioned.
Yep. May has mentioned, hurrah.
Maze mentioned. Take a shot.
Of water.
Okay. This one
We're getting
is
close to the Nixon verse.
yeah. Every New Year's there's a story about a bullet return and everything. So and yeah.
Yeah. It's just the American sacrifice.
Yeah. That's why remember if you're a content creator and you have to fire a warning shot about for another content creator to get him to bugger off, don't shoot it up in the air because you will get in trouble. Shoot the warning shot at the ground, like on your lawn. It'll leave a mark, but you won't have to pay a fine. So some people in chat are like, that sounds oddly specific, and they're always like, oh
I
yeah, that
yeah, that
thing.
was kind of where it wasn't just chat. That was me too. I was like, what?
Now there was a guy, I forget the name, but it was like there was an actual like incident where it was like this like one lolcal kind of like content creator, like there was this one guy that was like a prank streamer that would just like harass people, and he was like, I'm gonna come down, and they was like, don't you mess with me, I'll like go and shoot you my gun. So he came down and he's like the guy literally brought out his revolver and was like, oh wait, wasn't it Boogie? Yeah, I think so. I think that was like his name or something like that. And then it was he like eventually fires a shot in the air, a warning shot in the air. And it's
I
a
was
residential neighborhood.
I was 1,000% surprised until you said boogie, and then every bit of surprise went away. I was like, oh yeah, no, that just sounds like something that happened to him.
Yep.
I also thought of it was the mall one for a second. Did you ever, like the one where those guys were like pranking people in the mall. And they walked up and started pranking the one dude, and he just pulled out a gun and shot him.
Yeah.
Didn't kill him, and it just walked away. By the way, in the video, he just bam, and then he's like, "All right, I'm done with y'all." It's like, I'm kind of terrified that you just thought you could walk away like that.
Oh, I read a comment while I was scrolling down to hit the other thing. Now the ADA has an angel as their personal weapon. As President Dean would say, I'm surprised.
Dean would be very surprised.
And then we had another comment. We have more of like an introspective, where it is poetic that the angel of vaporized squadron of
It's Winnegoon.
soldiers. Wait. Oh. Yep. Someone gonna pick up that phone because I called it.
That is that's a Dragon Ball Z abridged quote.
Yeah.
Can somebody pick up that phone because I fucking called it?
Let's see. Is it poetic that the angel of vaporized squadron of soldiers fused together into one being would be at the tomb of the unknown soldier, as the tomb represents the casualty of war that are rendered unrecognizable, as were the soldiers making up the angel. Which is which is a neat point. That is like a really like.
Okay, I was getting it confused because first I thought it was the statue, and then yeah, I remembered because those were the soldiers that were killed from the big laser glass thing.
Yeah.
To destroy the blimps, and all of the soldiers basically. Okay, now I remember. It took me a second, but I got there.
Also, if my eye tracking is definitely, I will probably. I've started using a new like pickup thing for what does the tracking on my stuff, and because it has like there's the special like NVIDIA like option where you do that. I tried doing that, but I think it's too sensitive with the camera I'm using, because a lot of it is rendering my eyes as just like shut.
Or yeah, I used that camera a long time in the past, and yeah, it was like very like sensitive in some areas and like not sensitive at all in others.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just having a stroke.
Sorry, no, I was okay. No, I'm fine. Okay, come here, up dog. The dog wants. Oh, okay, hold on. But yeah, I'm not. Although I'm conscious, I'm like thinking, does one of my eyes like a little bit lower than the other? Which it might be, but not to the degree that.
Could you imagine finding out you're having a stroke by VTubing? You look over, and it's like, why is my eye doing that? Oh.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm pretty sure my boss had a stroke the other day, and she just brought it up so casually. Because like we were hanging out, and like she was about to leave, and she's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. Like, it's almost time for me to go anyway, and I'm just not feeling that well. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, you have a good one. And she's like, yeah, I don't know why. I just, like, I felt really off the other day. Like, it's just so tired, and like I couldn't focus very well, and like Gosh, today, like, I just can't feel the left side of my face.
And like, wait a
What?
minute. Uh,
I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, I know. Like, yes, I don't know why I was feeling so off yesterday. And I'm like, I don't care about that. I care about the whole can't feel my face thing.
yeah.
She was like, yeah. And yesterday they were saying something was wrong with my eyes, but I don't know. And I was like,
It's like, yeah,
go to the doctor.
yeah. That's when I would be like, ma'am, you need to go to the doctor. Or
Yeah. Me and the executive chef literally, like, she was telling us, we were like, go to the doctor. And she's like, I have a high school football game to get to. And we were like, not anymore. You don't.
yeah,
You got a doctor to
one
get
of us
to.
is driving you there, type of situation.
You know, we probably should have offered that. No, we kicked her out and we were like, go. But we still made her drive. You know, maybe the smart thing to do would have been to have one of us do that, but
Or call an
Peach Cobbler had to be made.
or call an American ambulance, aka an Uber.
I love that. It's like, am I going to pay thousands of dollars for an ambulance, or am I going to spend $20 and traumatize an Indian man?
Okay, true story. I have taken an Uber to the emergency room before.
Oh, go on.
So it wasn't which sounds bad, but it actually wasn't, because so last October, which this October has been, we're doing good for me.
Mhm.
Which normally October is always something happens. So
That's December for me.
yeah.
It's coming
So
up.
I was excited. I'm excited this spooky season because like nothing like super discouraging has happened. So I'm like, yay.
No life-altering events have occurred.
Yeah, I can enjoy
Woo!
the spooky season without like weird crap happening.
Uh,
So last October I got bit by a random like neighborhood dog on a walk. So
no.
so and they never could find the dog, which is the problem. So
You pointed, you're like, it happened at that house, and they looked at it, and they're like, nobody's lived in that house for years.
yeah. So they did it so they could have like find the dog or whatever. So basically it meant I changed my walking route, and but also of course it meant, so while the likelihood's like very low, it's one of those things that I got to do a reference. I got to make an office reference and get a rabies shot.
Mhm.
Which thankfully they don't have to do any more of those in the stomach anymore.
Oh,
There's
they don't?
Yeah, no, you don't have to get the shot in the stomach. They
Oh, yeah.
You do them in other places, but just not the jab, just not the big honking needle into the gut.
You
They've
say
advanced.
other places. You mean like the arm, right?
Well, where you got shot, or not, we're not that. Where you got
Bit.
yeah, where like the bites are and stuff like that. Because I got
Oh, okay.
like they were small or whatever, but they still like broke the skin and stuff like that. So, but like
Yeah.
bites on arm and then my leg. So, because I was wearing shorts.
Oh, so he got you. He like bit your arm and then like let go and bit your leg.
Yeah, or like it like nipped at my leg, like just enough
Okay.
to like get the like marks or whatever, and then you know I, instead of like moving like my hands up, I like put them in my pockets or whatever, so it
Uh-huh.
got like um uh so it got my arm.
Okay.
One of the arms like nipped that or whatever. So
Yeah.
most of it was like just like bruising or whatever. So it wasn't. But uh uh so which is what now I walk talk my which I now take my walk with Mace rated for dogs. So
They
um
have mace rated for dogs.
well, like it's
I mean, I know
specifically
there's
like
bear mace. I
well
just didn't know it like.
well like, you get like Mace and it's like specifically like marked to repel dogs because you think like male,
Okay.
especially like so like male carriers are gonna like do that specifically. But
I hope I don't want my mail carrier macing my dog. But then again, if my dog ran out to attack a mail carrier, that is kind of something to suspect might happen.
yeah, I yeah, if I was a male carrier, I would be I'd be like, because some people like do not. There are some dog owners that do not take care of their dogs, and their dogs are a little bit
Oh yeah.
feisty. So it's like, yeah, a little spray of Mace would be like, yep, I'm not messing with that.
I thought for a second you were like, man, if I was a mail carrier, I'd just be macing dogs left and right. Anyone even gets like a little bit near me, just get that chihuahua away from me.
If it's a chihuahua, as long as I'm wearing long pants, then I just like shove the thing with my foot. If it started running up to me, I just
Get out of here.
you just like that. You just punt those.
Yeah.
I don't need to waste Mace on that. If I'm talking about some dog named Princess, then it's like, yep, we're getting the Mace out.
Just what is it? Some pit bull named Princess
Yeah.
looking like with ravaging eyes at a small child.
Yes. Snack time was
With
several hours
Princess.
ago. Was 3 infants ago. uh, 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 Mail carrier just as a pepper ball gun for dogs. Yeah, for real.
They just carry like a little like paintball gun, but it's got the little pepper boxes in them.
Yeah. So, but so I would and that because, but you have to go to like actual like hospitals, like emergency room to get the rabies vaccine because it's so specific.
Uh-huh.
They don't like just keep it at like a CVS or
I
something
figured
like that.
but I also thought maybe you could go to an urgent care. Or
Yeah.
not even that. Like you still have to go to
Yeah,
ER.
I don't think we'll mess with that just because it was sort of like just so. Once again, thankfully, like insurance stuff covers that. So because I have Medicaid, so because I'm on
Uh-huh.
like disability, so thankfully that just like covers just so because otherwise I would have been screwed. But
Yeah.
so it's one of those
Living in America and all.
yeah, because especially like rabies, the rabies stuff is because you have to get there's like the initial shots, which I think how many shots did I get? Because you have to get multiple little shots around where
In each.
the wound
Yeah.
or wounds is,
Yeah.
and then you get like arm, like one in the arm, like two in the
Okay.
one in each thigh, which both happened at one time. So it made me think of that one episode of that one scene from Ace Ventura 2 where he gets speared in both knees.
Oh yeah.
That's
I was like, which one is he going?
that
Ah!
yeah, that thing flashed between my eyes as that was happening. Or I'm about to get like jabbed.
I was just about to ask if those were like if those are pretty painful shots.
The
rabies
they're not.
shots.
It depends on which one. Honestly, the thigh ones, it's kind of more they're just like uncomfortable like afterwards because it makes that area
Okay.
kind of like sore. More so than anything. The one where it's painful is where you're getting like the multiple shots very close to each other around the wound. Because then it's
because your muscles are already tender.
Yeah.
And
because then you're getting Yeah, you're doing like in a tender spot that's already, and then you're getting like, if it was one, it wouldn't be that bad, but it's more of like because you get those multiple little pricks in
Mm-hmm.
there. Um, because so I'd say that then the thighs are kind of like suck, and then it's just like there's one in the arm, and then you have to go, you have to come in 3 times for a following up shot,
Mm-hmm.
um, which are just, if I'm remembering right, those were just like arm shots. So like if you were getting a flu shot or something like that, they just
Yeah.
alternate between what arms you get in. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I did that because I was asking, and then Matt's like, so y'all don't give rabies so much, and their comment was, we actually do more than you would think, because it's kind of one of those where it's like you really think about it, because
Yeah.
you know, rabies is for the most part done away with, but in the U.S. thankfully, because like rabies is scary as all get out.
Oh yeah, no, it's like you hear about it in like animals and stuff, and all you ever hear about is like the foaming at the mouth,
Yeah,
and then you realize it's just eating away at your brain, and it's terrifying.
yeah, and there's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, this is a disease where if you like once it reach a point certain, it is game over, man. And
Legitimately,
how
yeah.
you go out, you know, it just sucks ass. Um,
It's it's painful and neurologically like it messes with your
yeah,
brain.
yeah. So it's like a thing or whatever, where it's just like when you see people, it's like they're literally struggling to drink water because their brain is like telling them to be scared of it. That's how messed up
Yeah.
it gets. So, uh, but it's one of those. If you think to where it's going, as long as you get it before like you show symptoms, you should be in. You're gonna be in the clear. But
Mm.
once you start showing symptoms, you're fucked. Um, so
So did you have rabies, or was this just like a precautionary
it was
like
basically a
in
precaution.
case?
There's no way
Okay.
to tell if you like quote have or have not rabies. Like, cause I don't know if that
I
dog had.
guess.
Yeah, there's basically
Well, especially there's only one way to test that I know of. There's only one way to test whether an animal does or does have rabies,
yeah,
and it's posthumously. They literally have to figure out if an animal has rabies. They have to kill the animal and check
yeah,
its brain.
yeah. It's so
Terrifying.
yeah. So it's kind of like when we think of rabies, we think of that one episode of The Office where like Michael runs over Meredith with his car, and then she like finds out, oh, you got rabies, so we're like, we caught it, which is one of those. That's how it went. There wouldn't be like a test for rabies. There's not really like,
Mm-hmm.
they might have mentioned. I guess it would kind of have to check out how they did it, but it would be like, so like the whole bit of like, no, Michael had a point to be kind of like rabies being a thing, because
Mm-hmm.
like uh so while you don't worry, it's not so much about like with pets or something like that it's like people will be worried about rabies. It's, if you're going to get rabies, um it would be like through a bat. um
Mm-hmm.
so which is why, and because like they leave marks that are like so tiny or whatever, especially if it's like a vampire bat or something like that,
I guess I've
that
never thought about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, if you happen to wake up and like you like think there's a bat in your room or something like that, it's one of those, you just, for safety's sake, you just want to assume you've been bit, and then like go ahead and get the rabies shot.
Yeah, because they got
Um,
tiny, sharp teeth.
yeah,
I guess I never really realized that, like, yeah, if those things had rabies and it pierced your skin, it would be hard to tell
yeah,
because they're so small.
yeah. So it's one of those things, and honestly, I'm sure like people that, I would imagine that like probably veterinarians and anyone, or like zookeepers, anyone that works with mammals that can bite is probably going to have to get like the initial like rabies shot. Because
Yeah.
if you can get like the regular vaccinated like before you were bit or something like that. And so I'm sure like researchers that do bats or whatever have to like get, I think it lasts for like 2 or 3 years. And what happens is you get your initial shot for vaccine purposes, and then you would come back, and then if you happen to get bit by something and you think it may have had the potential to have like rabies or something, and then you have to go in and you have to get a booster shot for it. But you don't
Mm,
have to go through the whole big series like that I did. So,
yeah.
but only all
Okay.
that for at least one of those visits, I remember I ended up taking an Uber to
The
to and
emergency room.
from the emergency room, and I was kind of like, okay. And I just was like telling the person like, okay, I'm fine. Like going on the way there, I'm fine. And the guy was like, nah, I figured if it was like something, then you would not be calm or something like that. Okay.
Could you imagine like going to the Uber in the house, like going to the hospital in an Uber, like no matter what the circumstances, and like the you're like, I'll be fine, and then you leave, and then the same Uber driver has to pick you up, and he just picks you up. You're covered in like bandages, your arms like in a sling, like you're walking on crutches. It's like, what happened? That would be a terrible but really funny prank to pull on an Uber driver. Just make it look like you got as beat up as possible in the hospital
Yeah,
between the drop off and pickup.
that would be that. Then you would say, can you take me to a lawyer?
I need you to head to the nearest law office.
uh, but yeah. So that was my. So there was the that I had to.
Get
It was
rabies shots, and you had to take an Uber to the hospital.
Yeah. So I think I got when I did that though that for initial bot, I think it was like I got 9 shots when I did the first round, like in total, because of like there were the 2 different spots.
Mm.
So that was funny because I was doing in like a group chat of saying, hey, I went to this, and like I got 9 shots, and then one of the people was like got read it wrong, and they were like, I was originally from Chicago, so I read this very differently initially.
Yeah, that can mean something very different in Chicago and big cities.
Yeah.
I do love, but my favorite thing in the world though is to randomly like have a time to message people like stuff that sounds horrible. Cause like I've done that before where like I've like a good example was so I got really messed up toes,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had to have minor surgery on my nails
Mm-hmm.
because they grew into my skin.
Right.
And so I've had to do that a couple of times where like my ex-wife messaged me one time and was like, did you finish work? And I'm like, yeah, I just got off work. I'm driving myself over to the hospital to get some surgery done. I'll be home soon. What? Which, by the way, you ever got a shot in the toe?
Uh. Okay. Yes, I have. Um.
That shit hurts.
Yeah. Thankfully, I was already like partially numb or whatever. It was because I had what is it? An ingrown toenail, and they had to like do the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that feels.
I'm very familiar with that, and that was because first time I had it happen, I was 12 years old, and it was bad. Like it was like because sometimes those kind of go away on their own, or like you get that feeling of it, and like it just kind of goes away. And this one, it was like a month of me just not being able to walk because it hurt so much to put any pressure
Mhm.
on like my left toe. So I finally got like into the doctors, and they're like, "Yep, ingrown toenail." So they went in, and I remember being like sitting there in the chair, and the doctor being like, "All right, we're gonna do the shot, and it'll numb up your toe. We got a local anesthetic, doing all that." And I had gotten flu shots at that point, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay." And I specifically remember the doctor being like, "Yeah, it's like a flu shot. It's not that bad." And then they put the needle in. It literally, anybody who's ever had it done, it feels like magma, because the needle going in hurts. It's like, ooh, ow, that hurts. But then when they put the anesthetic in there, it's just burn.
Mm.
Like it feels like like they're injecting lava into your skin
Yeah.
for like a couple of seconds while they do it. And me as a kid, like shot, like I tried not to move, but like my back like straightened out. I shot up, and I was like like breathing really hard. And
And then you
I
yelled, "You
and
lying
like
bitch!"
no, I didn't do that. The doctor looked up at me and went, "I lied. This does not hurt." Bam! I lied. It's like, why? It's I've had that happen 3 times. And each time I'm like, "Yeah, let's get this over with." Ah! The first time I got it done though as a kid, like I did the heavy breathing and everything. The doctor, after saying I lied, was then like, I'm gonna be honest, this makes grown men cry. You're taking this really well." Because like you won't feel anything ever again.
Yeah.
It fucking hurts. And yeah, they were like, "Yeah, we've had grown men." I've come close to tears the
Mm.
few times I've had it happen. They're like, "Yeah, we've had grown men cry from these shots."
Yeah, yeah. Also, I switched from using the NVIDIA camera thing, so it doesn't look like I'm having a stroke anymore.
Do you use a webcam?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I use a eMeet 4K AF, aka some off
4K AF.
4K AF. I don't know. I use 4K, and then I don't know what the AF stands for.
It's 4K as fuck.
You-
We're capturing everything in 4K, even though I know those cameras, like a lot of cameras that say 4K, it's like we capture it in 4K at 10 frames a second.
Apparently, this one does go like, I think 50 FPS, but
Oh, that's not bad.
yeah. Listen, this was a big, I think, what, $50, $60 off-brand webcam. So
Hey, it works. It's
yeah,
better. Like it works. Because I did I went from using my Android phone to using a webcam, and then I eventually gave in and bought a iPhone 10 off of eBay, and that's what I use for tracking
yeah,
because it's got the depth sensors and everything. And that it's more something you got to worry about when you're like when it's 3D too,
yeah,
because 3D movement is weird.
yeah. I may start. I don't know. I may try use like an iPhone again. I'll consider it. It's just like I was doing it for a while, and it like I kept on having issues. Although I think that was with my previous PC.
Okay.
So I might not have that issue anymore. I don't know. I kept
What
on
iPhone
running
was it?
into like to like connection
Oh
issues.
yeah.
Like my general internet signal on my PC is fine, but then again, that's because I don't use Wi-Fi. I use an Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
Um, because like the Wi-Fi in my room can be a little eh. I do have a like an extender now, but it still is like so
Hmm.
it's better, but it still can be a little fucky wucky.
Yeah. A little bit fucky wuggy. Hey, that just reminds me because me and Dante in our apartment, there's only one area where you can plug in and eat like a router,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not near Dante's office. So if you if anyone ever came to visit us, running along the wall. I literally tucked it into the siding of like between the wall and the carpet. I have tucked in an Ethernet cable, like a 9-foot Ethernet cable that goes down from the box, like from the router, all the way across the side of our living room, corners the door, and just barely shows at the bottom of the door, and then goes down along the wall in that room, and then to Dante's PC, and it works pretty well.
Yeah.
It's just a 9-foot Ethernet cable disguised into the apartment.
No,
At our last apartment,
I
it
feel
was
that.
worse.
Yeah.
At our last one, it was worse because the placement for the router was in the stupidest spot. It was like on the center wall, furthest from literally anything. Like there was no room or anything in that way. It was like the wall that the other apartment was on the other side of. So like we had the box there, and then both of us had like 9-foot cables running to
Mhm.
our PC because like it was just in the worst spot possible. I don't know. I was like, I can't put a TV there because like the kitchen door is like right there, and then that's the door to leave out the apartment. It was so stupid.
Yeah. I just I have an Ethernet cable that's like running because I have to go from the internet box is in like the room next to mine. So
Hmm.
it has to like go around like and at the wall opposite like next to mine. So
Hmm.
like
So you drill a hole in the wall. No, okay.
yeah. Um
I've thought
so
about that with especially the last place I thought about. If I drilled a hole in this wall, do you think I could replace it, or do you think that's just an automatic deposit ruiner?
yeah, the no, listen, the sound travel is already pretty good in this in where I live, so I don't need an additional making it whatever.
Right.
So okay, but we actually got an ad break coming. So we're gonna do
You
that.
know what's funny? We haven't watched one video since the last one.
This is true. I just thought
That was-
about that.
that- that's really funny, actually. We both just got sidetracked. It's the same video. We had too many stories to
Yes.
tell.
Okay. We pulled a creep cast where there's like
Yeah, we did. Except they can cut it out. We can't.
uh well for the YouTube video I could, but I choose not to because I'm not that.
Yeah. It leaves out all this gold.
Yeah. I will have if it happens like I will say real quick before we go on Ed, like I have because last video for part 2 where we did like a whole bunch of like stuff like we were talking like for 45 minutes before whatever, so
Mm.
I leave that in, but like in the description I have like the specific
The
like
time code
the
to like.
actual thing of like this is when it starts, like to skip the
Mhm.
yapping or whatever, go to here for folks. And then I ended up having to do the same thing kind of with last night with of like with the thing because it was like we can kind of talk for like 13 minutes, so I put in the you know comparatively into the length of the video, you know.
Mhm.
So anyway, okay, so we're gonna go on an ad break, and then we'll be right back, and then we'll start the next video, which is the Liberty Lurkers. So plural. Ooh. Okay, welcome back, everyone. And well, we were back. We were discussing scented candles. We on a company like it, which actually I totally forgot, but they do have a scent that's the baby powder scented
Powder.
one. So, oh no.
If you really want to get into the Monument Mythos spirit,
I couldn't find
just light
any
a
no words. Oh, I'm sorry. Because sometimes though, it's you couldn't find a word like anal or something like that. I'm sorry, Pop.
I'm sorry, who couldn't find the anal?
Insert joke.
But
Okay. Gonna start with Liberty Lurkers. That doesn't look right.
I was gonna say,
The Statue of Progress is a colossal neoclassical. I almost said like neoclassical or something like that. It's a colossal neoclassical sculpture at the entryway of the Suez Canal in Port Said, Egypt. Progress was designed by Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, who later designed the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so
is
it's
this? Oh, for a second, I was like, is this to commemorate all the people who killed each other at the Suez Canal Black Friday event?
no, that would be that's the like crab.
Yeah,
Monument.
the big crab thing.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up. Okay. Yeah, I think.
Is that a real statue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, okay. It was okay, it was the proposed statue was declined by the so it was an idea, but then he like later reused the design or kind of recycled it for inspiring for the later Statue of Liberty, which Bartholdi.
Okay.
So he had like you can find drawings of like what the proposal looked like, but it was declined because of like the cost.
Okay.
So I'm guessing in the Dean verse, he actually made it.
In Egypt, though.
Yeah.
Not in. Like,
The following audio was an excerpt from an interview with the developer of the Suez Canal. Ooh. Let's go.
there's a strange crab monster that lives underground.
Ferdinand de Lessis or whatever. Take that, Freud. I feel sorry for this man's wife. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ooh, what's going to happen? Dish girlfriend. The man beneath America ordered me to. That's not ominous at all.
Right? Oh, that totally sounds like a thing a normal human being would say. Oh, it only gets crazier.
From the book of Ferdinand 29, chapter 29, section 3, The Singing Man and the Forbidden Fruit, animation by the Advocates for the Division of America. Hey, it's the ADA again.
Hey.
Okay, George Washington in a tree. George, leave the tree alone. Stop going around it, you stupid.
George, stop circling the tree. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm guessing one of those trees is one of like the trees that
Rockefeller.
Like, yeah,
had,
one
like,
of those. Yeah, one of those. The mystery
Yeah.
trees. And he fell through it. Yep.
Yep. Because there's the flashes, and he keeps ending up in different. Although he's expanding.
Yeah, it's
not
stretching
ending up
him
in
out.
different ones. Oh. George Washington became 9 feet tall. That audio kind of tickled my brain in a weird way. I feel like something just tickled my eyeballs.
Yeah. A cold wind, but behind your eyeballs.
Yeah, this is a cold wind. I think something's talking to me. I feel the cold wind behind my eyeballs. You must wait 3 years.
the Statue of Progress again.
Yep.
For many years, it was believed that all surviving audio recordings of the infamous 1889 Liberty Lurker interview with Frederick Spartholdi were fakes produced by American publicists. These publicists were known as Liberty Liars and would sell their false artifacts to American socialites. However, the authenticity of one audio recording continues to be disputed. It is simply known as the authentic Liberty Lurker.
What?
So George Washington, or whatever, like he became after going through getting sucked into the Wonderland.
George Washington eating people in the Statue of Liberty.
So it's like, yeah, he's locked up in because let's see, what was the word? Abattoir.
I was wondering about that too. I just felt like I shouldn't ask.
I know that's one of those I know that's like one of those loan words. I've just forgotten what that means.
If you or a loved one were forcibly eaten by George Washington under the Statue of Liberty in the year, what was it, like 1920? You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Okay. Yeah, so an abattoir is a word for it's another word for a slaughterhouse.
Ah. That's a much fancier word than slaughterhouse.
Yep. So Zion Arch or Grant told me that he used to be normal like us. He called him the horned serpent or Henniers. It was the name given to George Washington by the Iroquois. This was no coincidence. And if we go
A
back,
damn founding father.
keep in mind we have George Washington in the animation. He becomes longer.
Yeah.
And then we get the image of this serpent wrapped around the thing.
The egg.
Yeah. But yeah. So it actually because when we first started, because one of like the first things was actually was this recording of him talking to the liberators. Though for us, it ended at all I can tell them is ask the Americans, and then that's where it ends. But then this one picks up, but I know why the so message up. I simply cannot bring myself to tell the truth. I'm not strong enough. And then you get the, which is a really cool, like, bringing it back.
Uh-huh.
Of using like this and being like, yeah, but here's the remaining bit of the audio and bringing it. is a really cool storytelling device.
It is. Although I love it, but I also do love the no, I'm not I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. Anyways, let me tell you. It's like I am now strong enough. Let me tell you.
They pulled a Lovecraft. He pulled a Lovecraft of it was indescribable, proceeds to describe.
Man-made horrors beyond my comprehensions. Hear how I comprehended it.
But my only other response after hearing all that is that's pretty metal.
That's pretty metal.
Yes. Metalocalypse enjoyers unite. You've seen Metalocalypse, right?
I haven't finished it. I haven't watched like it a whole bunch, but I do need
Okay.
to watch it. It's one of those things where like somebody has showed me all the inside jokes and I'm like, this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
But I haven't like watched it.
It is so stupidly quotable. I'm
I know,
Roxo, the rock and roll clown. I do cocaine.
I do cocaine. The one I quote all the time, because talking about like being a VTuber, sometimes people make jokes about like fatherless behavior and stuff. So the one I always quote is, "I'm not. I fucking love my dad. My dad's fucking awesome." He's like playing go-kart and shit.
Ah. I'm reminded now. Sorry, I'm having the moment of Metalocalypse because the joke was that was it? I forget the guy, the blonde guy's name, but the blonde super Swedish one or Norwegian one that was like major into gilfs basically, and how at the time we were all kind of like, ha ha ha, he likes to boink grandmothers, and then now with like the show Dan to Dan, they have the
I understand it now.
The grandmother thing. It's like it's the Danny DeVito. I get it.
I get it now.
Perhaps we judged you too harshly.
Isn't that Thanos that says that? Perhaps I judged you too harshly.
I think so. I was thinking of something else. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to tell where quotes come from and if they've been quoted by multiple things in meme culture, okay? It's hard to tell.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm thinking maybe that was Thanos. I'm trying to think if anything else did that before. I can't remember.
You think God stays in heaven because he too is ashamed of what he created? Steve Buscemi and Spy Kids too.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi is honestly such an underrated actor.
A gem. Just a gem of a human being.
Like,
not only just as an actor, but like dude was a firefighter.
Yeah. And during 9/11, and he just like did it. He like helped out, and then like he never spoke about it, and it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah,
because the team that went out to search the rubble and everything for 9/11, he was part of that firehouse.
Yeah,
like years before, and so when everything happened, he literally ran to that firehouse. He's like, dude, I used to work here. Like, I'm part of this firehouse number. I worked here a long time ago. I'm part of this family. I'm suiting up and I'm going with you guys. Like, no hesitation, no nothing. Just pure baller.
Yeah. Because actually, so like he was in, because there's like a dramatic series that it was like Boardwalk Empire, or maybe it's just Boardwalk, where
Mm-hmm.
he plays like an Irish mobster in uh Prohibition era, I think Georgia. No wait.
Okay.
It in maybe like Atlanta, Georgia or something like that. I forget. It's on the coast or
Okay.
whatever, but it was so where he does like a really good job or whatever. So he's like, this Irish mob boss type of thing. And he does a really
Comedy
good
actors can
job.
kill it in like dramatic roles. I swear.
Yeah. It's
Because
crazy because he's
Adam's,
like, yeah.
yeah, because like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. I almost said Righteous Gemstones. That is not. Those are two completely different things. But Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Kevin Hart did a dramatic role. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he plays a single father who like his wife dies during pregnancy and he has to like figure out how to raise a child all by
Mm-hmm.
himself. It is one of the saddest movies ever, but it's Kevin Hart in it and it's like, "Oh my god, dude." Like he does such a phenomenal job in that one.
Yeah.
Um Jordan Peele's entire like everything he did
Key
post
and
Key and
Peele.
Peele. Dude went from some of the funniest jokes in the world to some of the most downright disturbing horror movies of our
Yeah.
generation.
Which once
Damn.
again, it's just comedy and horror are just two sides of the same coin, really.
Oh, they totally are.
Yeah.
I
So
always tell people the same thing. The same rules of comedy are the same rules of horror. Timing is key with everything, and setting up your like impact is like the key foundations of both comedy and horror.
yeah.
Timing, setting up the impact, it's one and the same. If
It
you can do comedy, you can transition that into horror.
yeah. I mean, sometimes literally like the only difference is basically like what what the backing score is
I,
in a
I do
scene.
love those. I do love those TikToks and those videos where it's like replacing the scary background music in horror movies or like those like analog horror like TikToks with just
Yeah.
happy music.
Yeah. I mean, but like classic horror comedy is like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Mm.
Undeniably funny, but also dad gum is it like some seriously like messed up stuff. It is like just as creepy as it is like, you know, like comical or whatever.
Yeah.
And a
Or,
lot
or
of
or like
yeah, and a lot of
yesterday we were talking about Terrifier in that way
yeah,
too.
yeah. So it's yeah.
Both those
Um
movies are absolutely hilarious, but also absolutely disturbing. Especially so. You've seen Terrifier, I take it, right?
no, okay. I haven't actually watched the movie. I've watched like Justin Wang go through when he did through like the walkthrough or whatever of like the first Terrifier movie. So like
Terrifier is one of those movie series. Like, I love it, and I love some of the things in it. It's great, but I can never recommend to people because it takes a real fucked up individual to enjoy the movies as much as I do. Take that as you will.
yeah,
Um,
I think it's just more like for the most of it, I could probably find it entertaining. There's just like a couple bits that would be just like a little bit too much for me. That
yeah.
that would be like I
Well,
could I
yeah, good
fast forward
example
this
of
part? I would could I just get it where like
good
he's
e-
wearing the person's skin? There we go. That's better.
yeah, good example of that is in 2. There's like one of the longest like death scenes in any horror movie, and like it's so profoundly disturbing, but at the same time, because it's Art the Clown, he does a whole lot of things that are like really funny while also like really really terrible. My
Mm-hmm.
favorite part is he literally like gets done like killing this girl, like butchering her. It's horrifying. And then like it shows him the music like crescendos down, and he stands up and he just walks out of the room and he leaves her there like on the bed, and
Mm-hmm.
like the camera's panning out. And then all of a sudden it pans over and he's walking back into the like sauntering back into the room. He's got like a thing of bleach in one hand and a thing of salt in the other. He's doo, 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 and then it just continues on going as if the scene didn't just end. And it's like that shouldn't be as funny as it is. But that timing is so good because it literally they did everything to like, yep, she's she's dead. This scene has calmed down. You guys are good. You no longer have to see the just kidding.
Lamau.
Lamau, you thought she was dead. Not yet. I actually there's a really funny story with that too, because when Terrifier 3 came out, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen it yet, but I really wanted to see it when it came out in theaters. I never got around to it, unfortunately. But I got close. Me and Dante were doing a date night,
Mm-hmm.
and we were at a restaurant, and she was like, "We should go see a movie." And I'm like, I'm actually down to go see a movie. And I didn't bring it up to her. I left it up to her. I was like, "Is there a movie you've been wanting to see?" And she's like, "No." "Is there a movie you've been wanting to see?" And I was honest. I said, "Yes, but you don't want to see it." She's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "The new Terrifier movie just came out, but I don't want to go see it with you because I know that you're not going to like it, and I know it's going to be too much." And Dante is one of those people. She's like, "I love horror movies," and she does, but she doesn't like the scary, gruesome parts of horror movies.
Yeah.
She likes she loves horror movies, but she doesn't like that intense kind of stuff in horror movies, which I completely understand.
Yeah.
So we're in this restaurant, and I was like, "No, you do not want to go see Terrifier with me." And she's like, "No, I really do." And I'm like, "Do you think you can stomach it?" And she was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Okay." And then like at the end of the dinner, I did it again. I was like, "Are you sure that you want to go see Terrifier? It is, it's gruesome, like really gruesome." And she's like, "No, I know I've seen it, but I think I can handle it." I was like, "Okay." And we're literally driving to the movie theater, and I just was like, "Dante, no, seriously, like, are you really, really sure that you want to go see this movie? Because I'm not walking out of the theater if we go see it. I'm gonna watch the entire thing." And she's like, "I'm positive." And then I got this click in my head, and I was like, "All right." And I stopped the car. I'm like, "We will go see Terrifier 3 if you can sit with me right now and watch the gruesome death scene in Terrifier 2 that I just told you about." And she was like, "Okay, that sounds like a deal to me." 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds into the video because I'm showing it to her on my phone, and it literally, she looks at it and she goes, "Ooh. Oh my God. Oh, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off." And I'm like, "Yep, that's what I thought. We're not going to go see Terrifier." I was like, "Yep, we're not." I already knew. I was like, I tried so hard to like convince her not because I knew I was like, this is not going to be good for her. I was like, okay, this is if she can make it through this, first off, I'll be surprised, and then we'll go see. Yeah, no, it was. I already knew, and apparently 3 has some even worse stuff.
Yeah.
So thank God we didn't go see that.
It's like it was like the scene of it's like wh- a white person goes into like a a Southeast Asian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant and asks for like or like it's like a genuine
Give me the
like
spiciest
and that
option.
gives me like I listen, I want it really this, can I get this thing extra spicy? And it's like, okay, sure. and,
Yeah,
and then it's like, one of the people where it's like, and it's I remember like I know this one person where it's like that they like genuinely like why do they generally likes like really like you know Asian levels of spiciness, not just like white dude
yeah,
levels of spiciness or whatever. So we asked for like it's like at a Korean restaurant. It was like asked for something extra spicy or whatever it is, because like apparently like on like the like order on the ticket. I think when the other like or whatever, and it said like make him suffer, like level of
I've
spiciness.
seen that. I've seen stuff like that. There's a Thai restaurant by my house, and I did something similar. I walked in and I was like, "Hey, can I get this?" And they're like, "Oh, how spicy do you want it?" And I'm like, "Oh, how do you guys do the spice here?" And they're like, "Oh, we just do. Do you want it normal? Do you want it spicy? Do you want it extra spicy?" And I was like, "Oh, how spicy is like extra spicy?" And she was like, "It's pretty hot." And at that moment, a challenge popped in my head. I was like, "Oh, is it now?" Because I love spice. I'm that same way where like I can handle heat really well.
Hmm.
And I was like, I was like, I think I'll do extra spicy. And she's like, looks at me. She's like, "Are you sure?" Challenge accepted. Yes, bring me my rice. And yeah, I ate it was actually not even that spicy like to me, and that was the extra spicy. And I remember I started eating it, and she was like looking at me. I'm like, "Oh, this is really good." And she's like, "Yeah." And I looked at her. I'm like, "Do you have any chili crisps or anything?" She's like, "What?" I was like, "Do you have any chili crisps? That would go really good in this." And she was just like, "What?" I was like, "Do you have any chili crisp?" And she's like, yeah, I'll be right back with those." I'm like, I know I'm white, but I really love spicy food.
You thought I meant white person extra spicy.
No, I meant extra spicy.
Uh. Okay.
Anyways, Liberty Lurkers.
Yes.
Why is it fuzzy? There's like a paint roller.
What? Okay, hold
What?
on.
Both,
You're both
what?
like, wait a second. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Let's see that in an instant replay. I'm so glad you muted it. That audio would have been terrible.
Oh
at half
yeah, slow
speed.
down. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so that's a pet. It's like a pedestal.
it's a gold pedestal of some kind.
Okay.
Well, that didn't. Well, that didn't help. But
So I'm guessing that's a section of like the serpent. It feels like.
oh wait, would that be the torch
Yeah, I'm
of the
wondering.
Statue of Progress?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that might be the case. Because let's see. Because yeah, that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the sections, because I'm guessing that's a section of the horned serpent. I'm wondering if parts of that are like trees.
That's what I was wondering too, is like if it was the trees or
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna return to normal.
all right.
1985, following the release of the Liberty Lurker Cthulhnauts, surveying the environment beneath the Statue of Liberty's pedestal. They recorded the following video inside the Horned Serpent metastructure, colloquially known as Wonderland. Chthoniot, designation derived from the Greek words for underworld and sailor. You see, instead of like cosmonauts or whatever, or astronauts, it's like Cthulhnauts. Because, cosmonauts or astronauts, they both have like that beginning, they end in naught. I think like that naught it's like sailor, and then, you have either Cosmo, once again, universe or whatever, or Astro, designating space. The following clip may disturb blank viewers who are sensitive to loud noise. Prolonged exposure to music from the horn serpent metastructure may damage your brain. Too late for that. We're good. Cass, I can't hear you if you're... Hello?
Sorry, my mic is muted. I was in a call with, or Dante called me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for that. Be
Oh, no
right
worries.
back in a second.
Okay. Say hi for me. But yeah, I wonder what the description is. May disturb.
All right. Anyways, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Dante called, and I'm like, I'm not missing this call.
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah,
totally
I
understand.
was wondering, disturb viewers.
Yeah, I was like thinking about that of what that mean. I'm guessing like there's a type of person who like that I guess this stuff particularly affects.
Which from the
Strongly.
look, the look of it with the sounds and everything, it reminds me of the takeover of the sirens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, music from may damage your brain, so we're already good. We've taken Tylenol
Yeah.
before, we're fine. Can't damage it anymore.
Oh, jeez, I see why.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me turn that down. Cause dadgum.
That was loud. It's the tweens.
But this is such a good effect.
It's really cool.
Yeah. They did an outstanding job doing this. It hits every little just right. Like, that is a nice effect, however they did that.
Right? It looks like a mirror room of some
Yeah.
kind. It's awesome. I'm waiting for something horrifying to just jump out at me.
Yeah. Yeah, that section. You gotta like make, cause like that's where, like, that's the environment that like Virginia like was stuck in.
Was stuck in for like hundreds of years or
Yeah,
something, right?
from what it seemed like. For whoever know how long or whatever, and then of course then like Everett.
Mm-hmm.
So see some of the comments. The phrase "they damn their founding father locked up in my foundation" is horrifying. Oh yeah.
That is horrifying.
Let's see. So I'm assuming George Washington tried cutting down a cherry tree, which was actually a special tree, and got sent to the Wonderland from the Little Girls episode. Somehow he must have turned into a Liberty lurker and got caged inside the Statue of Liberty pedestal. Then Then they must have replaced the real Washington with a double, which fell into the river from that one other episode.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, so it's like the one they found is apparently like the one that would like
another George Washington, like
yeah.
one of the
Let's-
other ones from the other.
Yeah, let's see. In real life, the Iroquois called George Washington whatever, translates to town destroyer, due to his brutal campaign against them for their collaboration with the British in the American War of Independence. Perhaps in the Monument Mythos, that name is more literal. Or I think it was like because of like
Probably.
digital like devour or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next one is called Alcatraz Apocalypse. The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. President Thomas Jefferson. Part 1, the final upload of Dr. Disturbing. Oh, there's the guy again. That was like the son of...
I just realized I was muted.
Okay.
Because I said that quote, the Tree of Liberty one was on Mount Rushmore, like the way back beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, it was. So, in this one, it's made like being a very literal... Because all those people were basically like sacrificed to...
George Washington.
Under all these like monuments and stuff like that. Because remember, we also saw that like picture of like where the maze facilities, and they showed like the picture of like with the serpent. So, which would mean he's not just under, like a significant part of him is like apparently like an outcropping or whatever is under the Statue of Liberty, but apparently he is also like trying to like peek through or whatever, like in other different locations.
Yeah.
Or being certified or something like that. See, Dad's favorite things. Part 17, paintings. The apotheosis. Oh my gosh. Apotheosis of Washington. Which is, apotheosis means like deification.
I was gonna say, because his hand movements remind me of the image of, is it, a lot of people say it's Satan, but I don't think it's Satan. It's like Balthazar or something.
Yeah, there's,
where he's got like the one hand up and the one hand down.
Yeah, it's one of those like kind of like classical type imageries, like where it's like messes with. So there's like different stuff going on, both like classical and then mixing of like classics and then Renaissance, trying to do like the neoclassical, like referring to the like that would come up like in the 18th century, and then stuffing, and then 18th and 19th century neoclassical, and then but also which goes also in terms of like Renaissance type paintings and stuff like that kind of bleed into each other in this one. So there's a lot of it like that are like drawing into each other, but it very much like it's very much, if you were to look like at it gives off very much similar to vibe. If you were to look at something like sections of like Michelangelo's paintings, so like his painting of like the Last Judgment or whatever, and you're seeing like God and stuff like that, and how they're seated and stuff like that. It's going to be very similar to how like Washington is.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what Oppo, but like Theo like means God. So where how you get like words like theology.
Yeah.
And then I forget what the so yeah. Um so which is really bizarre when you think
What, the deification of George Washington?
yeah, and even like in this older like imagery where it's sort of like because then you also get like a lot of the very like high like kind of imagery that got involved around like so like subjects like liberty and
Mm-hmm.
how all that's presented to and like weirdly fused together.
Mm-hmm.
The more you think about it, the more like bizarre it kind of feels.
Yeah.
It it makes me think of like was it BioShock Infinite where you have like the imagery or whatever in Rapture where it's
Mm-hmm.
like where it's kind of a lot of this sort of thing and then just kind of like ramped up where basically you're picturing like the founding fathers as like pretty much the apostles, something like that.
Yeah.
So and all these type of image like so it's in reality some of that was already kind of like not that only somewhat turned down at IRL. Road to Happiness
There's
by
our
James
boy,
Dean.
James Dean.
Which looks like the trees, although I'm wondering if that's coincidentally just one of those. If I want to know if that's an actual IRL painting that James Dean did, it wouldn't surprise me, and that they're using it just because it happens to resemble some of like the tree stuff.
What was it called again?
Road to Happiness. Okay, it does look like it's.
That is a real
Yep.
James Dean painting.
Yep. According to Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I was looking at the
That was the exact
same
same. 19, yeah. That was just like one of the first things that popped up. Which is very funny. And also, let's see. It was
Why am I
sold
seeing, like-
apparently in an auction on October 7th, 2006.
Oh, damn.
Don't know to who, but that is.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah. I don't know if he bought it, but this was a legit. Yeah. So that's cool that they're bringing. Once again, I like how they're able to like blend and utilize like the IRL with the like with how they're able to implement that in their stuff. That's always like when you come with like alternative history stuff that really like helps like cement really kind of helps cement the story and like kind of like drawing you in.
Yeah.
Are these elements that really kind of make you think, yeah, I suppose if these things happen, then yeah, it could be like this, you know.
Yeah.
it helps with your suspension of disbelief. The creator, I think, said they'd known about this painting beforehand and then involved it. That is neat. Thank you very much for this. Together by Virginia. Arnoldson.
That's the painting from
yeah,
Virginia.
that's yeah.
We saw
so
this.
that's and their last name
Mhm.
is Arnoldson. So, and Arnoldson is the same family.
That this person's from?
Yeah, because it was like Anderson or
Oh.
Arnoldson. If I'm remembering
Okay.
right. So that's like Doctor. What is it? Or Doctor Destroyer, or whatever. I almost said
Doctor
Doctor.
Disturbing.
Yeah, Doctor Disturbing.
Doctor Disrespect.
I almost said like Doctor. But it's like that's like because these were painting that this guy's dad liked. So I'm thinking.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like Virginia Maybe as like his grandmother. I hope I see you soon, Ted. Three days after the final upload, the remains of Lauren and Quinn Arnoldson were discovered in the Grand Canyon. Yep, there's our name, Arnoldson.
Mm-hmm.
Two siblings were last seen riding on two astonishingly large balloons.
Some would say Zeppelins. I feel like, did you accidentally pause it?
I think I did.
I was like, oh, this is going for way too long.
Corning Park officials' balloons encountered an unexpected crosswind, which caused both siblings to fall to their deaths. Because that was because like both their dad and I think it was and their I guess that would have been their aunt. Both became canyon crowns, so the heads.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant. I'm hoping to see you too soon. Is it was literally like thing with the head.
Yeah.
But they just like got knocked off because of a wind. Part 2, the last broadcast of the new Delaware Journal, which we got another ad break incoming. Darn it. Okay. Though, how are you doing good on time anyway?
I am getting tired, and I do have to be up pretty early tomorrow morning. So,
okay.
I
guess
ahead.
I guess what we could do is I can like just snooze the ads, and then we can. Well, wait. Crap! I'm trying to think how long it'll probably take us to get through this one. Well, I got through 3 snooze ads, so I think we're gonna try to do it. We're just gonna
Okay.
we're gonna go through this. Hello. By the time you see this, I'll be dead.
Oh.
I'd like to know that the Anti-Device Association held me captive for years. They forced me to read their scripts to hand them legitimacy. You have heard me read about Lincoln Lickers and the Starry Sphinx. Those were their words in my mouth. But they did not keep as close an eye on me as they should have. Whenever I visited my family, I went to my studio underground. I was able to read my own scripts through the new Delaware Journal. The feds and the association thought an Arnoldson ran the station, but I had no crew. It was a one-man operation. Only I read. Only I broadcasted. This is the last script. This is the last broadcast. 3 nights before my death, Alcatraz went stealth. It looked as if it had completely disappeared while everyone was asleep, but it was still here. It was all around us. It had simply expanded, imperceptibly fast. It mimicked the surrounding environment on a subatomic level. Everyone believed that it had not spread to the East Coast yet, but it definitely did. I've just finished the last batch of tests, and I can confidently say that I am not the same person I was 3 days ago. Alcatraz has copied us all overnight. Every particle of this country and its citizen replaced. The United States is the ship of Theseus. Inside my skull is Alcatraz's fleshy reproduction of my... Remember a line from President Dean. If we sent everyone to prison, then what's a prison anymore? If everyone became a prison, then what's a person anymore? I will not live with a copy of myself. Better to extinguish myself now than to live a lifetime as something else's handiwork. I heard fire does the trick. Maybe I'll see you in the next life. Remember me. For Everett.
For
North
Everett.
Virginia. For America. Leonard W. Moreland. Victory or death. Yeah, so remember they know about Everett and Virginia, because those were coming in on like sources and like recording, because a lot of like one of the sources for these has been like the New Delaware
Journal.
Yeah. If they're not able to receive data, he will convey it to you in a theatrical manner. Arrive in your world after our apocalypse. 2/22/22 in ours. Okay, so January 22nd, 2022 in ours. October 1st, 2016 in yours. So, but yeah, that is like probably like the most like messed up like things like that as far as like that happens like in the Deanverse, honestly, is the fact that Alcatraz basically replaced everyone. And as he said, we're the ship of Theseus. So he's like, I refuse to live. So I'm gonna
light myself on fire.
Yeah. I'm off. I'm not gonna live like
this.
This
is like the worst way to go.
Yeah. So it's you know, and then the victory or death. So it's, and then apparently he's like slipping it through to the Nixon verse as far as like the copy of, here's like here's the last broadcast of like what happened. So let's see. After a brief investigation, authorities found that Leonard Moreland experienced a violent psychotic break before committing self-immolation.
Oh.
Part 3, The Angel's Ultimatum. The advocates were deranged. They are all ashes now. We will never be weapons again. Leave us alone or join the ash pile.
Damn.
Which goes hard. Leave us alone or join the ash pile.
That goes so hard.
Oh, yeah. After a 2-decade search, the angel was located in the Babylon forest. So that's the angel, the soldiers that got it. Operation Thunderbird, Department of Technology Animation.
I forgot about that. About these guys.
Yep. Operation Thunderbird.
Man, they really upped the animation.
Grand Canyon 2 androids lure freedom. The captive false children react to her presence. energy from the false children reacts with an IPC, invisible particle cloud known as Giza gas. X-Wing Warrior collects the container. The word transport freedom to Babylon Forest. The controlled decay of the container allows freedom to exit after touchdown. Freedom encounters the angel.
Oh, so you're approaching me.
And then we sell tickets and it's gonna be awesome.
It'll be so cool.
Mutual assured destruction. Part 5. Warning. The following may disturb post-implant viewers who are sensitive to loud noise. Yep, okay, that's what was blurred out originally.
Okay, that's what it was.
The post-implant. Not sure what that was, but I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Oh, there it goes again. Oh.
I think that's supposed to be the horned serpent.
Maybe?
Those look like stars, so I think... Did Earth blow up?
That's what I'm like. Did we just destroy the Earth?
Survivors of the Great Division are known as corner folk.
Is this?
Yes, it's Party in the USA.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. What? I was just like in shock, and then all of a sudden, is that part of the USA? And now I'm in more shock.
Yeah, so it caused... They fought the angels, the angel or whatever, and then the angel like it caused like a chain reaction that apparently like
Destruction.
just made up like Wonderland / the Great Serpent or
Mm-hmm.
whatever pretty much like devoured like the earth, and then all the survivors of it became the corner folk, going right back to the first couple entries in the series.
Yeah.
Yep, the first video of the series, the corner folk, which explains like why they looked all stretched out and stuff like that, because they were. So
They were all fucked up.
yep. So there is more stuff or whatever. I think it's sort of as we start moving into teaser for the Nixon verse. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
apparently that is how the which is yeah.
Yeah.
I like the concept of a lettering battle between Freedom and the Angel being conveyed by a shitty military CG animation.
That was really funny.
So yeah. So it's because let's see. The Air Force Angel apparently causes attacks that like draws people out, like removes them from a dimension, and
Mm-hmm.
then of course Freedom's using attacks that are like with the Giza glass, which
Yeah.
like sever. So it's kind of two reality messing with weapons
Mm-hmm.
going like full blast at each other. The what could go wrong.
Yeah, and then they just destroy everything.
Yeah. Which is a wild way. And then it's, and then ending on the party in the USA. Yay.
I think that's the thing that really shocked me too.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're wait, but next time that means because we do have some videos left that
Yeah, the Nixon verse.
yeah, Nixon verse. There's this long one that's just Monument Mythos season 3. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Depending on what that is, we may skip from Nixon verse and just do that. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I will have to do research. Um. Uh. So. But I'll say offhand, maybe in a couple weeks is when we'll try to do the next one.
Sounds good.
So. Okay. Let me find who to raid while we beat the clock. But thanks for coming. I really appreciate it, especially since you did 2 things in a row. So you are a trooper.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to be here, and I got to be up in 4 hours.
Oh gosh.
I got a 12-hour shift tomorrow.
Oh no. Should have told.
Nah, because then you would have been like, no, and I wanted to do this.
Okay.
If it's anybody's fault, it's mine.
Okay. Well, I will let you just go then. Please go to sleep.
All right.
Thanks again. You have a great one.
You as well. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Pleasure.
You have a good night.
Okay. Night. Okay. So, I will find a person to raid out to. Let's raid out to Swole Cat. Anyway, let's see. Actually, there's a little dragon that's playing Little Nightmares. We'll do that. They're playing Little Nightmares. We'll give them a raid. But I'll see you tomorrow. We will start. My thing is we're gonna start Dead Souls, Yakuza Dead Souls tomorrow night. At 8 p.m. Central, so open to that, and it's looking like um we might do hold on, let me get the not that. Okay. Key time. Dead version. Gotta write in ads as I'm trying to off stuff, but I'll see everyone tomorrow. And I will be uploading this to YouTube.